A few years back, I was on the phone with a client, and she said something that really surprised me. "I wish I had saved less and spent more before I retired," she said. That was the last thing I thought I would hear. People I talk to all the time want to save more, spend less, and make every dollar go as far as it can. But this was not the same. And after listening to her and having helped hundreds of individuals make retirement plans, I absolutely agreed with her. My name is Kevin Lum, and I'm a certified financial planner. This channel is focused about helping 1 million people retire without worrying. You're in the right place if that sounds like you. That call again. I asked her to explain what she meant. She said, "I wish I had spent more money getting ready for retirement." That hit me. A light bulb lit up. She wasn't talking about spending money on things that weren't necessary. She was talking about spending money wisely. Things that would have made her retirement easier, less stressful, and more fun. She was talking about putting money into peace of mind, which is something most of us don't think about until it's too late. And it made me think of how many clients have said the same thing to me, although not as directly. So today, I want to tell you about the 5 best things you can buy before you retire. These aren't things you buy just for fun. These are things that can help you save money, stress, and regret in the future. Yet before we get to the list, let's talk about one of the most crucial yet often forgotten areas: your health. 1. Get your health and teeth checked up. Retirees always tell me this: "I'm glad I got my health and dental work done before I left my job." And it makes great sense. Your health insurance often changes once you retire, and not for the better. Like eye care and dental care. Medicare usually doesn't cover this, unless you get a separate plan. And even then, the coverage is often not very good. So now is the moment to get the bridge or crown you've been putting off, fix that annoying knee problem. Finally, get those fillings done. Get a new set of spectacles to replace the old ones. The longer you wait, the more expensive and complicated health problems become. Also, your employer's insurance usually has better coverage and lower deductibles than what you'll find after you retire. So don't put it off. If you have something to do with your health or teeth, do it now, while your insurance is better and your income is still consistent. 2. Get a house before you retire. People tell me they're glad they bought a house when they were still working. Why? Getting a mortgage is much harder after you retire. Lenders appreciate you when you still get a W-2 paycheck. Because you have a steady salary, you have more financing possibilities, and it's easier to be approved. But when you retire, your income situation changes, even if you have money in the bank. This might make things difficult. I was reading a retirement discussion on Reddit. There's a lot of good stuff there, by the way. And a lot of people remarked they wish they had bought or downsized before they retired, not after. So if you want to, move closer to the grandkids, moving to a different state, getting smaller so it's easier to handle. Do it before your checks stop coming. You'll have more freedom and less stress about money. And yes, with interest rates where they are, you might prefer to pay in cash if you can. But let's be honest, not everyone can do it. So, if you need money, get it while you're still working. Let's talk about how people think about spending money in retirement. Before I go on to the next wise buys, let's take a minute to talk about something that most people don't think about: the psychology of spending in retirement. Also, please hit the like button and subscribe if you like this video. It helps more people find this kind of stuff, and to be honest, it makes me feel good too. Okay, let's get back to psychology. No one tells you this. Retirement doesn't just impact your schedule. It also changes how your brain handles money. You go from getting a consistent paycheck to living off savings. And all of a sudden, every dollar feels like it's going out of your future. People who have saved a lot of money, even millionaires, tend to doubt every purchase they make. They go into what I term scarcity mode. Your money stops coming in, and your mind starts racing with all the what-if possibilities. What if the market goes down? What if prices keep going up? What if I run out of money? Instead of enjoying your retirement, you wind up worrying over every purchase. So here's what I tell my clients. If you know you're going to buy some goods later, do it while you're still working. It's just tougher to let that money go when you're retired. 3. Have major repairs done on your home. This leads us to the third wise thing to buy. Big house repairs. If your roof is about to fall off, or your HVAC system sounds like it's about to break down, have it fixed before you retire. The same is true for plumbing problems, windows, or even fixing up that old kitchen. When you have money flowing in, it will be easier to write that check. After you retire, that same cost hurts twice as much. 4. Make your home work better. I know it doesn't sound thrilling, but hear me out. One of the best things you can do is upgrade your windows, insulation, or even your water heater. These improvements may not seem necessary right now, but once you retire, 2 things happen. You spend a lot more time at home. You start to pay more attention to costs that happen all the time, such utility bills. Anything you can do now to make your home more energy efficient will pay off in the long run, both in comfort and in savings on your monthly bills. And let's be honest, you've undoubtedly had a list of someday ideas for years. Don't put them off any longer. Retirement is coming up soon, and you'll have a lot more fun if your house isn't always reminding you of problems that need to be fixed. 5. Get a car that is reliable and doesn't need much upkeep. People always say this to me, buy a reliable car before you retire and try to pay it off. You don't want to have to worry about sudden repairs, breakdowns, or worse, attempting to secure a car loan without a consistent income when you're retired. Listen, if you ever want to spend a lot of money, retirement is actually one of the best times to do it. You've worked hard and saved a lot of money. If you can afford the car you've always wanted, go for it. Don't think the car will make you happy for a long time, though, because that sensation will vanish like all other things. But what about peace of mind? That stays around. 6. Pay in advance for things on your bucket list. Let's talk about something more exciting now. Your bucket list. We all have those adventures or experiences we've always wanted to go on or have. But this is what occurs. You stop working, and all of a sudden, you start to think twice. You say to yourself, I shouldn't spend the money right now. The longer you delay, the more your brain tells you that it might not be safe. Something might go wrong. You might run out of money. So don't wait. Just pay ahead of time. Before you retire, book that cruise, lock down those flights, and arrange that ideal trip. Putting it on the calendar makes it more real and more likely to happen, and it can also save you money. Sadly, I've talked to too many people who continued putting it off, hoping for the right time. And by the time they were sure enough to do it, their health wasn't as good as it used to be. They didn't have any energy. They didn't want it anymore. Saving for retirement is only part of it. The main idea is that planning for retirement isn't only about numbers. It's not simply about saving more money. It's about constructing a life that you'll really enjoy living. And right now, while I'm writing this, the market is having a hard time. A few individuals are even calling it a wreck. I understand. There's a lot of worry in the air. But I do know this. Markets bounce back. Recessions come and go. There will always be a reason to wait. And I'm not telling you to be careless. Don't waste your savings or just to spend. But I'm telling you to spend money on things that will make your life better. Especially while you're still working and it's easier to do so mentally. The goal isn't just to retire. It's to do it effectively. Extra advice from retirees on Reddit. I said before that I had been reading some retirement discussions on Reddit. I found some more ideas that people were particularly happy they put money into, but not as often as the top 5. Here's a fun mix of what other people said. Health and fitness memberships, since it's more important to move as you get older. Tools for hobbies like woodworking, fishing, or even playing music, art supplies, and creative equipment for folks who want to get back into their hobbies. A good mattress. You'll be grateful every night. Take lessons online or in person to keep your mind sharp and learn new things. Gardening tools, patio furniture, or even a fire pit are all great outdoor enhancements. Cleaning services for homes. Yes, some people finally hired someone else to do their duties and never looked back. Help with financial planning is great if you want to feel secure about your money. Hearing aids, better household appliances, or prettier decor can all make your daily life easier and more fun. And one I loved: adopting a pet. Retirement can be lonely, and a furry friend can make a big difference. Last thoughts and useful links. Okay, if you're still with me, I appreciate you. This film should help you see retirement in a new way. It's not just about saving money. It's also about spending it wisely on the things that are most important. I've made a whole playlist of helpful videos for you to watch if you're trying to find out when, or if, you can really retire. Some people go over essential retirement numbers, while others use programs like Right Capital and Income Lab to go over real-life case studies. Here on the screen, I'll link to that playlist. Go look at it. And hey, if nothing else, I hear it helps with sleep problems. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.